She said she just needed space, then posted beach pics with her ex, so I changed the locks, sold the car she left behind, and gave her exactly what she asked for. Permanent distance. I, 30M, still remember that evening like it was yesterday, even though it's been weeks since everything changed. Emily, my then-girlfriend, 28F, had been a part of my life for nearly 2 years. For the past year, we'd been living together in my apartment, a place I had worked hard to call my own. Things hadn't been perfect, sure. Lately, there was a bit of distance, some subtle changes in our conversations, but nothing that set off alarms. I thought maybe it was just stress or the usual ebbs and flows of a relationship. I was preparing dinner that Tuesday evening, chopping vegetables and letting the TV drone in the background, when my phone buzzed with a message that would start it all. The text was from Emily. She wrote, "Things feel complicated, and I really need some space to think. Figure things out. Don't contact me for a while, please. I'll reach out when I'm ready." The word stung, landing in my chest like a gut punch. Space has never been a good sign in any relationship, but I tried to be mature about it. I took a breath, then replied, "Okay, Emily, I understand. Take the time you need." And that was it. Silence. Not a word from her after that. Just the heavy, deafening quiet of the apartment that once felt warm but now felt hollow. I tried to respect her wishes. I really did. I didn't call, text, or try to see her. I gave her the space she asked for. Those first few days were the worst. I walked around my own home like a ghost, wondering what complicated meant, replaying our conversations, trying to spot the clues I missed. Work became my escape, a welcome distraction from the confusion and hurt. But then Friday night came, and with it, something that made everything crystal clear. I was scrolling aimlessly through Instagram, just trying to numb my thoughts when I saw it. A post from a mutual friend who had tagged Emily. In the photos, there was Emily, on a sunny beach, cocktail in hand, laughing, relaxed, radiating happiness. And beside her, arm in arm, was Jordan, her ex. The one she told me was ancient history. The caption reads something like, "Island getaway. Reunited and living our best lives." My stomach dropped. My chest felt like it was being crushed. So that's what she meant by space? A romantic vacation with her ex while telling me not to contact her? The hurt I'd been feeling slowly shifted into something colder, harder, clarity. It was never about needing time to think. She wanted me out of the way while she dipped back into an old flame. She wanted me silent while she played island princess with the guy she swore was in her past. And she had the audacity to do it while living in my apartment, driving a car I bought for her, using my resources and keeping me on standby. That's when something in me snapped. If she wanted space, she'd have it, permanently. The next morning, I got up early, called a locksmith, and had the locks changed on my apartment. Deadbolt, knob lock, everything. Cost me around $250, but it was worth every penny for the peace of mind. Her key wouldn't work anymore. I then turned my attention to the car. About 6 months ago, Emily's old beater had died. She claimed she needed a reliable vehicle for her social media marketing job. Always off to client meetings, she said. Her credit was shot, so I stepped in and bought a used Mazda CX-5. It wasn't new, but it was clean, reliable, and decent. I paid around $18,000 for it, and everything, loan, title, insurance, was in my name. The agreement was that she'd make monthly payments to me, and she did most months. But legally, it was mine. I grabbed the spare key, drove the car to a dealership I trusted, and told them I wanted to sell. I explained the basics, that I was the sole owner, had the paperwork, and needed it gone. They did a quick look over and gave me an estimate of around $16,500, pending a full inspection. I signed the initial paperwork, took an Uber home, and left the car behind. Her reserved parking spot at our apartment complex was now empty. I didn't touch her belongings. Her clothes, shoes, books, all still in the spare room closet. I wasn't going to be petty about that, but she wasn't getting back inside until we talked, which, ironically, she had explicitly asked me not to do. I felt oddly calm. It was like I was conducting a procedure, a cold, necessary operation to save what was left of my self-respect. Did it hurt? Absolutely. I felt like a fool. But the anger had subsided, replaced by pure logic. She wanted no contact. She took a romantic trip with her ex. That relationship was over the moment she chose that path. All I did was respect her wishes and protect myself. According to Instagram, her best life vacation was supposed to last another week. I didn't know what she'd do when she returned, but I was ready. Tuesday evening rolled around, and with it came the moment I had been half expecting, half dreading. It was around 9 p.m., and I, Ryan, 30M, was sitting on the couch, trying to lose myself in some mindless TV when I heard the sound of keys jingling just outside the door. A second later, I heard the metallic scrape of a key sliding into the lock, followed by a stiff, metallic resistance. There was a pause. Then the sound came again, more forceful this time, frantic even. A few more futile tries later, a series of knocks came. Then her voice, Emily's voice, raised, irritated, but not yet alarmed. "Ryan, what's going on? Open the door." I took a deep breath, walked to the door, and opened it just a crack with the chain still latched. There she was, tanned from the trip, hair windblown, luggage beside her, looking both confused and annoyed. Her first words? "My key's not working. Did something happen to the lock?" With a calmness I didn't even know I had in me, I replied, "Yes, I changed the locks." She blinked. "You what? Why would you do that?" I looked her straight in the eye, voice level, even. "You asked for space, and no contact. I gave that to you, permanently." Her expression shifted from confusion to rage, with a dash of panic. "What are you talking about? I just needed some time. You can't just lock me out." I didn't flinch. "I saw the photos, Emily, with Jordan, on the beach. Looked like you figured things out." Her face twisted, anger, guilt, and defensiveness all colliding at once. "That was just a trip. It didn't mean anything. We're just friends." I raised an eyebrow. Friends who go on romantic island getaways while telling their current boyfriend they need space? Got it. Her voice rose. "Don't be ridiculous, Ryan. Let me in. My stuff is in there. Where's my car?" Her eyes flicked to the empty parking spot as her words caught up with her. That's when the real panic set in. "Where's my car, Ryan?" I didn't miss a beat. "First of all, it's my apartment. Second, it was never your car. It's mine. Legally. And I'm selling it. It's at the dealership." Her jaw dropped. "You're selling it? You can't do that. I paid for that car." I nodded slowly. "You made payments to me, toward its use. You didn't buy it. The title, the loan, the insurance, all in my name. The sale process has already started." Her voice turned shrill, her words laced with rage. "This is insane. You're stealing from me. I'm calling the cops." She pulled out her phone, but I just shrugged, completely unbothered. "Go ahead. Call them. Tell them your ex-boyfriend changed the locks on his own apartment after you asked for no contact and then went on a vacation with another man. Tell them he's selling his own car, titled, insured, and registered in his name. Let me know how that goes." She hesitated, her phone frozen halfway to her ear. Then, as if on cue, another voice joined the scene. It was her younger sister, Brooke, 26F, who had apparently been waiting downstairs. She marched up with all the self-righteousness of someone who'd heard only one side of the story. "What is going on, Emily?" Then she turned her eyes on me. "Ryan, why is she locked out?" Emily, already in full meltdown mode, immediately flipped the script. "He changed the locks. He's selling my car. He's throwing me out." Brooke's eyes narrowed, her voice sharpening. "Are you serious? After everything she's done for you, you just kick her out and sell her stuff?" I looked her dead in the eye. "It's my apartment, Brooke. And it was my car. Emily asked for no contact, and then she went on vacation with Jordan. Check her Instagram. This was her decision. I'm just making it official." Brooke huffed, clearly not expecting me to be calm and unapologetic. She needed space. "You're supposed to support her, not punish her." I took a step back, letting the door chain catch, making it clear this conversation was over. Support her cheating on me? No thanks. She made her choice. Now she gets to live with it. That's when Emily started demanding her belongings. I want my stuff, Ryan. Right now. I shook my head. Not happening tonight. You can text me a time, and I'll have everything boxed and ready by the door. You won't be coming inside, not past the entryway. Her voice rose again. You can't dictate this. I can, I replied coolly. My apartment. My rules. You wanted no contact. This is it. Then I shut the door, latched the deadbolt, and let out a long, shaky exhale. My hands were trembling slightly from the adrenaline, not just from the argument but from the weight of what had just happened. But beneath that, there was relief. For the first time in days, I felt in control. I could still hear them arguing outside. Emily yelling, Brooke trying to soften her while adding fuel to the fire. Eventually, they left. A couple hours later, I got a text, not from Emily, but from Brooke's phone. It read, Emily needs her things tomorrow at 10 a.m. Be ready. No, please. No, thank you. Just entitlement served cold. I replied simply, okay. That night, I packed everything of hers I could find. Clothes, toiletries, books, trinkets, all neatly boxed and piled near the entryway. It felt strangely therapeutic. The next day, as promised, 10 a.m. sharp, there was a knock. But it wasn't Emily this time. It was Brooke again, and their mother, Karen. Apparently, Emily was too distraught to face me. Karen had tears in her eyes, theatrical as ever. Ryan, how could you do this to her after 2 years? She loves you. I kept my voice even. Apparently not enough to avoid jetting off with her ex while asking me for silence. Karen huffed, voice thick with disbelief. It was a mistake. She was confused. And selling her car? That's cruel. I stepped aside and pointed to the boxes. It was my car. This is her stuff. Take it all. Because this is the only trip you're making. Karen tried to push further. We need to check the closets, the bathroom. I cut her off. No, you can take what's here. I packed everything I could find. You're not stepping further into my apartment. They clearly wanted to argue, maybe even try to reclaim something valuable. But I stood my ground. After a minute, they begrudgingly started hauling the boxes to the car. Took them 3 trips. Karen kept up a running commentary about how heartless I was, how Emily deserved better, how I should compensate her for the car. I didn't bite. I just repeated, calmly and quietly, it was my car. She ended this. After they left, the text started. Emily again, first with teary apologies. I miss you. I made a huge mistake. Please take me back. Then the mood shifted. You owe me for the car. That was my money. I'll take you to court. I ignored the emotional ones. As for the demands, I sent back one final message. Emily, the car was legally mine. Title, loan, insurance, all in my name. Your payments were towards use, like rent. No further discussion. Then I blocked her number. Blocked Brooke. Blocked Karen. But of course, it didn't stop there. Mutual friends, mostly people I knew through Emily, started reaching out. Dude, heard what you did to Emily. That's cold. She had clearly spun a narrative where I was the heartless monster who tossed her out without warning. Left out the part about her ex, left out the vacation. I explained the truth to a couple of them, those who I thought might listen. Some did. Others clearly wanted to believe her version. I let it go. People will believe what they want. Then came the dirty trick. A call from my landlord. Apparently, there had been an anonymous complaint about loud arguments and disturbances coming from my unit. Claimed they were concerned for the safety of the neighborhood. My blood ran cold. This was calculated. She was trying to get me evicted. Thankfully, I had a good relationship with the building manager. I explained everything calmly, that Emily, who wasn't on the lease, had recently moved out, that there had been a brief argument outside the door when she returned unannounced, and that her family had come for a supervised pickup. No loud arguments inside. No police. No disturbance since. They made a note. but assured me nothing would come of it without evidence. I was safe for now. Even Jordan tried to reach out, sent me a message request on Instagram. I didn't open it, just deleted it and blocked him. I had no interest in hearing from him. Whether it was gloating or guilt, I didn't care. I was done with that entire circle of people. All of their games, lies, and entitlement had only reinforced my decision. I didn't feel guilt. I felt justified. The quiet revenge wasn't explosive. It was calculated, legal, logical, and most importantly, final. It's now been about 2 months since Emily came back from her I need space vacation with Jordan, and the dust has finally settled in a way that feels permanent. The drama died down mainly because I refused to engage. I didn't respond to her manipulative messages, her family's condescending guilt trips, or the few mutual friends who tried to gaslight me into regret. The smear campaign she started continued briefly, but it was weak, all based on half-truths and crocodile tears. I even received a sloppy, typo-ridden legal letter from a budget lawyer she must have hired, demanding $10,000 for the value of her so-called contributions to the car and her emotional distress. I handed it off to the lawyer I'd already consulted, who fired back a concise, bulletproof response including copies of the car's title, loan agreement, and insurance policy, all in my name. We added a screenshot of her "Don't Contact Me" message, timestamped Instagram posts of her beachside reunion with Jordan, and a warning that any more false claims would result in a cease and desist, plus a potential restraining order. Silence followed. No more lawyer letters. No more fake legal threats. I later heard through a friend of a friend that Jordan had disappeared as soon as reality set in. Brooke got sick of bankrolling Emily, and she ended up back in her parents' house in her hometown, bitter, broke, and blaming the world for the mess she created herself. The best part of this entire ordeal is the peace that followed. My apartment, once shared and compromised, feels entirely mine again. I repainted the walls, got rid of the fluffy decor she left behind, rearranged the furniture, and even adopted a cat. I'm healing. Slowly but steadily. There's no more looking over my shoulder. No more checking my phone for passive-aggressive messages or emotional blackmail. What I gained from this wasn't just a check from selling the car or the satisfaction of holding my ground. It was clarity. She wanted space. I gave it to her, an infinite amount. She chose a fling over loyalty, lies over love, and now she's living with the results. She lost not just a partner, but a life she had grown comfortable in, a life built on my support and trust. And me? I didn't just reclaim my space, I reclaimed my self-respect. Goodbye, Emily. Enjoy the endless space you asked for. You won't be hearing from me again. Like this story? Hit that like button, subscribe for more true tales of betrayal and bold comebacks. And always remember, respect goes both ways.